All right. We are live. Our last day of our journey. Can you guys believe it? It's almost emotional. 4 weeks together, we strengthened together, we built our endurance, we built our stamina, we worked, we show up, we did our best, and we're here on our last day. But as I probably already mentioned in the last live classes, I'm going to continue to provide live classes and serve my community with more live classes every Wednesday. So it's going to be a fitness focused class every second week and then a yoga class in between. Anyway, officially ciao on our last day. Welcome again to our Strength Challenge live on YouTube and on Instagram. Today it's our last day, so it's day 5 of week 4. Guys, we did an amazing job. As I always try to give you a brief explanation of what the Strength Challenge is. If you're joining in today, you might not know what happened in the last 4 weeks. Well, I got sick in between, so I didn't show up for 1 week. That's why I got a little bit of a delay. But anyway, those are just details. This is a challenge, is a journey where we progress, we practice, we process our evolution to master advanced. So the goal of those practices is to be more confident in the way we teach, but also in a way we perform as a yoga teacher, but not performing in a way, oh, I'm gonna show how good I am, but performing in a way how strong we are internally and externally in order to fulfill that class, in order to fulfill the requirement of holding a space for your students. Anyway, so mastering advanced asana doesn't mean like beautifully performing the asana. It means like being able to guide as well your student into those advanced asana. This is a celebration of movement where we master agility, balance, core stability, cardiovascular and respiratory endurance. Anyway, today's class is going to be an hour just to celebrate once again the end of our journey together. What you need is a bolster, something soft you can lean against for Bulgarian squats. That's what we're doing. So we want something nice and soft for the top of our foot. And then we need something to slide on. It could be a towel, it could be a blanket, it could be sliders. If you have a functioning sliders, I much prefer my blanket. Then we need 2 dumbbells or 2 weights. I've got a 2.5 kilos. And then you need a kettlebell. If you don't have all those tools, don't worry. You can just grab, I don't know, a bottle of water, something heavy that you have at home that might do the job. And then we need 2 blocks, your yoga mat, your towel. And I've got here for you the timer. I'm gonna start with the class breakdown and then I'm gonna tell you why the timer is there. So the class breakdown, we always start with the lower body. Always with a warm-up, 2 minutes, followed by 20 minutes
Yeah, 20 minutes class, 20 minutes lower body focus, which is 10 exercises that targeting legs, glutes and core. Each exercise lasts 50 seconds followed by 10 seconds rest. During the 50 seconds active performance, the number of repetitions are entirely up to you, entirely up to your body, what your body allows you to do today. And then moving on to the upper body, targeting the arms, the chest, the core, the back. Yeah, I think I've said it all. Anyway, so always prioritize your body, prioritize safety, listen to your body. If it hurts, you might need to modify or skip that exercise. I'm more than happy to help you if you give me any feedback of the exercises that you're struggling with, to give you some variations, modifications or adjustment. Anyway, let's start to get stronger together. Our last day. Yoo-hoo! Amazing. All right, so timer is here, 2 minutes warm up, and then we start right away with the first exercise, which includes once again a mobility. It is a mobility exercise, malasana to uttanasana. So we don't need any props after the warm up. You just need to come back to your mat. All right. Let's see if everything is working. Beautiful. Okay, let's get started. So we're starting with 2 minutes jumping jacks as a celebration of our last day together. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Stay with your tippy toes, stay with your core engaged, navel to spine. Try to increase the range of motion as you're jumping out and in. Try to focus on your breath. This braid is kind of very painful. I'm just gonna tuck it in here. Stay present. More seconds. I know it's challenging. Let's keep rocking. Let's keep doing our best. Let's bring some endurance here. Your body's capable to do much more than your mind. Remember that. 18 seconds. Okay, let's get ready on malasana. Toes slightly out, heels slightly in. Track. Your knees are tracking your toes. Squatting down, spine straight, chest open. Up, down, stay with your spine straight, navel to spine. Stay with your spine straight as well when you're coming up. Extend through your legs. So this is our first set of the lower body, and we do the same set twice. Same thing for the upper body. Try to stay with your knees, tracking your toes. Notice if you internal rotate your knees. Try to always bringing your knees slightly away from your arms. Nice. Moving on. Bulgarian squats. Widen your legs, top of the foot on your bolster, lower down, draw into 90-degree angle, squeeze the glute. 2, 3, stay with your spine upright, chest is open. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you need to slow down, please do so. Please do so. 10, 11, 12, 13. Squeeze the glute. 14. Notice if your knee is in line with your ankle. 15. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Shake it off. Change the leg. Press on the top of your back foot. Lower down. Knee tracking your toes in line with your ankle. 2. Squeeze the glute. 3. Squeeze. 4. Squeeze. Navel to spine. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. Squeeze. 12. 13. 14. 15. Yeah, I was like, we did 15 before. So moving on to squat, kettlebell swing. Toes slightly open, heels slightly in, hinging from the hips, bend your knees. Coming into squat. Spine is straight the entire time. Neck is an extension of your spine. Your kettlebell comes to shoulder height. Count. Did you guys? Anyway, we count the second round. All right, deep squat with weight. I'm gonna do it without. Lower down, stay with your knees open, tracking your toes, coming up, squeeze the glute. You can also take your kettlebell or your dumbbells and just have it in between your hands. Lower down, up, squeeze. Stay with your hips in line with your spine. We don't want to push the hips forward. Lower, up, lower, up, squeeze up, lower, up, lower, spine straight, chest open, up. And squeeze. Nice. Romanian deadlifts. So we're gonna take the dumbbells if you have them, otherwise you can do it without. Start with the weaker leg, going down, upper body in line with the back leg, coming back. Your back foot is always engaged. I like to have it pointed flexed. I like to have my standing leg knee slightly micro bended. We don't want to tear any tendons or ligaments around your hamstrings. Lower down, chest open. If you can't reach the floor, doesn't matter, it's your journey. Intuitively, try to align your body into that pose. It's kind of like it is a warrior 3 pose. So when you come in here, align your body, your shoulders, your hip and your back heel should be all in one line. And of course, if you have a mirror, that's a quick fix, but we don't want that. We want to find that intuitive alignment with your body. If you wear a crack was my hip, I always have one hip cracking. Lower down, coming up. Stay with the right glute engaged or the back leg glute engaged. Want to flex your back foot, micro bend your standing knee, your standing leg knee. I am already sweating, guys. Beautiful. All right, we're moving on to Ardha Uttanasana, hip abduction. So stay with your hands on blocks just in front of you. Raise one leg to the side, coming back. Try to bring strength on your psoas and on your core, pushing the floor away or the blocks away as you stay protracted with your shoulders. Notice if you lean over the other side to raise the leg up, try to stay exactly as you are, even though you're raising one leg up. Nice. We're moving on to the other side right away. Have a nice stretch on your hamstring if you need to. And then let's get going to the other side. One more exercise of the lower body sequence. So if you're joining in now, wait for us 1 more minute and then we have 1 more set, which includes 10 different exercises targeting the lower body, the legs, the glutes, and the core. So you can join in now for another set of the lower body. Wow, this is always very challenging. Okay, hands underneath of your shoulders, knees underneath of your hips, tuck your toes under, raise your knees, coming into bear crawl. It's so funny because the first time I had to say this word, I said beer crawl, which is very Italian. Anyway, stay with your shoulders above your wrist, push the floor away, stay protracted with your shoulders. The lower the knee, the higher the intensity. If you raise the knees off the floor generously, the easier it is. It's up to you, it's your journey. Find your way. Core engaged, belly to spine. 6 more seconds. You can do it. Nice. Moving on to the first exercise of this sequence. If you're joining me now, welcome to a second set of the lower body. Malasana, knees tracking your toes, to Uttanasana. Malasana, Uttanasana, spine straight, chest is open all the time. If it's in your practice, you can increase the speed. Otherwise, you can simply come back to be more aware of the movement, of the sensation, of your breath, your practice, your journey, your progress, your process, and your practice. Once again. Nice. moving on to Bulgarian squat. Start with your weaker leg. Means like mine is the right one. And so I'm moving back the left leg. Lower down the knee, drawing two 90-degree angles. Notice if the front knee is in line. Squeeze the back glute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yes, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh yes, 15. Let's do 15. Moving on to the other leg right away. How do you guys feel? Energized? Ready for your day or ready to finish off your day? 1, squeeze. 2, front knee tracking your toes. 3, spine upright. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, oh yes, 13, 14, and 15. Kind of missed that one. Okay, squat, kettlebell, swing. Let's do it. Toes open, heels in. Eleven. 25. 27. That's not too bad. All right, deep squat with weight. Stay with your kettlebell or dumbbells. And then squatting down, coming up. 2. 10. Oh yes. 17. Woohoo! That's a great number. Okay, Romanian deadlift. Start with your weak leg. Take your dumbbells. Get ready and lower. Stay with your hips squared. Standing leg knee micro bended. Back leg engaged. Navel to spine, chest open. Ten more seconds. Moving on to the other leg. Get ready. I know breaks are very short, but it's only 40 minutes of work. 2 sets of 10 minutes, which is actually 50 seconds active, 10 seconds rest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I guess it's pretty average to do 15 repetitions in 50 seconds of work. Ardha Uttanasana, that abduction, coming with your blocks in front of you, just underneath of your shoulders, coming up, lower down. 2, 3, 4. Let's see if my theory is right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Push the floor away. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow. So I guess depend on the exercise, but I feel like it's in between 15 repetitions to 20. That's average on 50 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The way I said it was funny. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have to do it equally. I'm very symmetric when it comes to that. Better not to count, so you don't become fussy like me. Toes slightly tucked in, actually tucked in, and then raise your knees, coming into bear crawl. Pushing the floor away, core engaged. Shoulders over wrist. Ten more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Our first part of the class is officially done. Well done, guys. Well done for this one and for the many one before. It is definitely a challenge. If you came all the way with me, you know it was tough. It is still tough. I'm not saying that now is a piece of cake. I feel like build this strength requires at least 60 days. But as you probably know, I'm releasing and launching my 60-day yoga strength together with what we've been doing together. So the 30 days we've been doing together, plus the 60 days, which is like the program where you level up this free challenge. I guess that's when you build real strength, and from that you develop. All right, let's have a drink, let's dry some sweat, and I see you in a couple of minutes to do some wrist warm-up. Alright, let's clear the space. We need the wall as a prop for our handstand, which is always, or pretty much always, apart from yesterday, our last exercise of the upper body. Then we need the blocks, the mat, maybe the towel on the mat, and then we need yeah, the wall. Oh yeah, the slider. The rest can go. Okay, guys, let's get ready for the wrists and shoulders warm up. That's my treasure drawer. All right, guys, let's go back to the mat. I know breaks are always too short, but we don't want to cool down. We want to still keep going. We have 20 more minutes. If you're joining in now for our live class, this is the second part of the class, which can be taken individually compared to from the first part of the class. We're moving to the upper body sequence. So we're going to repeat the sequence 2 times. Each sequence is 10 exercises. The format is 50 seconds on, followed by 10 seconds rest. And yeah, that's it. I think I said it all. So upper body focusing on the arms, chest, core, shoulders, back. All right. Let's keep rocking. Warming up the wrist. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Rotation of the wrist. Sideway, front, sideway, back. Pushing the floor away, stay protracted with your shoulders. Stay engaged with your legs, tuck your toes under. Core engaged, navel to spine. Change direction. Hands moving sideways, moving from one side to side to side. Side to side. Increasing the flexibility on the wrist crease, and then flipping your hands, fingers are pointing your knees, shifting your body weight on your fingers, lifting the palms, lower down, lifting the palms, lower down, lifting the palms, lower down. If you can, flip that hand on the top, and if you can, flip the other, otherwise one hand at a time. And doing some wrist push-ups. That's how I like to call them, at least. Some nice rotation of the wrist over one side, maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other side, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same thing. The other hand, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoulders. Flexion and extension. Try to squeeze your arms up and back, up and back. Abductions and adductions of the shoulders. Some nice rotations. And then we're moving into low asana on blocks. Bring your blocks into a high setting in between your knees and your hips. What we want here is to higher your knees as high as possible toward your chest, You can simply stay here, otherwise you can lower down your knees and coming back up. You can do repetitions or you can hold the pose. Entirely up to you. Stay with your spine nice and rounded. Core compression, bring the navel to spine. Woo! That's already very challenging. Superman or Superwoman. Let's do it. So I like to open my legs a little bit wider to not have that tension on my lower back. And I like to bring my hands shoulder width just in front of me. You can stay here, otherwise you can lower and coming back up. Lower, coming back up. Your practice. Open through your chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Try to lift from the muscle in your back as much as you can. Nice. Coming on to L-sit hold. So we want to bring the blocks as closer to the knees as more intensify the exercise. Lower, so close to the hips, the easier it is. So I like to bring it right in between, hands sideways. Stay there, pushing the floor away. Stay protracted with your shoulders. Core engaged. Legs are engaged by dorsiflexing your feet. Push slightly more away, the blocks away. Try to arch a little bit on your lower back. Coming up a little bit more. Almost there. Of course, you can always lower down and come back to the pose. It's up to you. Try to find your variation within the exercise. So we're doing some nice zigzags. The lower, the harder. As long as your lower back is always attached to the floor. Point to flex your feet. Engage through the legs. We've got a cramp. And of course, the higher, the easier. You can always take a rest there and then coming back. Your journey. How beautiful is that? So we want to raise both of your legs at the same time. You want to frame the knees. And what we want here is to raise both of your legs up and down. Up and down. Stay with your core engaged. Your chest is open. 3, 4, 5. Oh yes. 6. It is challenging. 7. 8. Have more breaks in between if you need to. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Oh, that's a nice number. I like 14. Plank Uttanasana push-ups. Oh my god. After the 100 push-ups that I already done, which is my new challenge, can be tough, but it's not impossible. Shoulders over wrist. Bring your legs forward. Bring your legs backward. If you need to lower down the knees, please do so. push up. Coming in, shoulders over wrist, shoulders over wrist. Shift your body weight to your fingers as you're sliding your legs away. Lower down, push up. And then again, in, out, knees down, push up. In, out, lower, push up. And then again, in, out, lower the knees, push. Nice. All right. Okay, so straddle pose. Open your legs, blocks, medium setting, framing your right knee, up and over, up and over. Stay with your sitting bones nice and grounded. Lift one cheek after the other, and then stay with your spine straight the entire time. Notice if you lean backward to raise that leg, just simply notice that. Bring that into your awareness and progress from that, because I know it's hard to raise that leg and also shifting your body weight on your sitting bones. It's tough, but it's not impossible. Just bring that awareness first step, and then you increase progression with that awareness in mind. Oh yes, moving on to the other side. All right, almost done with the first set of the upper body. Shift your body weight on your sitting bones, up and over, up and over. If you're more advanced, you can flip the block into a high setting. It's entirely up to you. Stay with this leg completely engaged by pointy flex your toes. And this is a great exercise for press to handstand. It is a tough one. It looks easy, but trust me guys, it's not an easy one. Nice. Moving on to jackknife crunch. Then we have one more exercise and we have another set, same exercises. So what we want here is to first eye up and then crunch. If you're more advanced, legs are lowering and then crunch. Legs down, legs up, crunch. Stay with your legs engaged, pointy flex your toes. Stay with your lower back glued to the floor. And then have some playful handstand before moving to the second round. Always. Release some tension on your wrist. Moving on to another wrist exercise, which is Lolasana. Bring your blocks in between your knees and your feet. Coming up, if that's in your practice, stay there. Otherwise, lower down. Coming back up, protracting through your shoulders, pushing the floor away. Stay with your tippy toes touching the floor. After the handstand, moving to this one. It is a challenge, but let's go back to it. Doing our best. Simple as that. 10 more minutes, guys. You can do it. 10 more minutes together. Our last day on our challenge. Woohoo! It is tough, but it's not impossible. Superwoman. Let's do it. Let's become superwomans. Breathe through your chest. My shoulders are cooked. I don't know if you can say that in English, but I'm very tired. L, sit, hold. Bring your blocks either way, close to your knees, a little bit harder, close to your hips, a little bit easier. Curve your spine on your lumbar, push the floor away, stay protracted with your shoulder, however your chest is open. Your legs are engaged, your feet are dorsiflexed. How are you guys going? Let's keep rocking. Nice. Alright, some zigzags. Let's do it. Almost there, guys. Almost at the end of this class. Embrace it fully to the very end. If you notice that you lower your legs and you raise the lower back, simply bring your legs a little bit higher. Nothing to show or to perform here. You want to have a nice, gentle, kind practice to our body. We don't want to injure anything. We don't want to overstress, but push that limit, which is mostly the mind limit, because your body is capable of doing much more than your mind. All right. All right. Okay, we're moving into L sit or Paschimottanasana. You want to lift one cheek at a time, hands framing your knees, and then you want to raise the leg up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Stay with your legs engaged. 14, 15. Guys, almost there. Plank to Uttanasana, pike in, pike out, push up, shoulders over wrist, bring your legs forward, compression on your core. Then bring your shoulders over wrist, shoulders over wrist, Bring your weight to your fingers, sliding back, lower the knees, push up. Coming in, Uttanasana, stay with your legs straight. I just noticed that I slightly bend them. That's why I say it, to see that you might need these adjustments yourself. In, out, lower the knees, push up. My body is shaking. It's probably very tired from the week that has passed by. We did a lot together, a lot. Anyway, bring the block inside one leg, framing that knee, and then up and over. Maybe you want to increase a little bit here. Up and over. Stay present, engage through the leg, point to flex your toes. If you're watching on Instagram right now, you can always re-watch it on YouTube. It's gonna be there for you for a lifetime. So you can rewatch those live classes on YouTube for as long as you are, for as long as you need to build strength. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, one more. And then moving to the other side. We almost done, guys. What a journey. Okay, up and over. Shift your weight onto your sitting bones a little bit more. Up and over. More seconds. The sun is kissing the screen now. I hope it doesn't bother you guys. There's a nice ray coming in the room, which I found it very beautiful at this time. Notice if you lean back, coming back to a straight spine. All right. 2 more exercises to go. We have jackknife, which the beginner variation is you raise your legs and you're coming up toward your legs. Your legs are always engaged. So lower down, your lower back is glued to the floor. Coming up, crunch otherwise. Lower down, stay with your arms above your shoulders. Coming up with your legs and coming up with your arms crunching. Wow. Moving on to our playful handstand to finish off this strength challenge together. Beep, beep. Let's do it. We are done, guys. We are, oh my goodness, we actually did 4 weeks together. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm really, really proud of you. I just wanted to finish up with something that I wrote yesterday. I want to share that a thought. I want to share that it's easy to get caught up in striving for perfection, the perfect pose, the ideal body, the flawless sequence, especially as yoga teachers. I found myself overwhelmed by this pressure that I actually was putting onto myself. There was no one here putting the pressure onto my shoulders, which led me to avoid sharing my experiences, to share my journey, to share my progresses, to share my practice with you guys, which I think is extremely fulfilling, extremely satisfying. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I had a revelation. I embarked on a new adventure. I turned my social media into my virtual diary, documenting every aspect of my handstand journey, my frustration, my discovery and achievement. It's a genuine, real-time journal of my progress. In fact, I turn IG into the handstand journey and YouTube into a strength journey. Anyway, I wanted to say that handstand, as much as strength, are a great teacher in this respect, teaching me about process, progress, and patience. It also encouraged me to consistently showing up and doing my best, celebrating every small, insignificant steps that contributes to growth and improvement as a yoga teacher, as a partner, as a daughter, whatever. It really brings endurance, stamina, strength. Outside of yoga, I always looked into those CC squats, pistol squat, and I never was able to do them because of the lack of strength. And so I was like, oh, I wish I could do that, and I did it. I'm not mastering those exercises, but building the strength challenge for yoga teacher on YouTube helped me to tell people that there is a journey beyond those advanced poses or beyond pistol squat, CC squat, or whatever it is. There is, and this transparency has been transformative for me. By focusing on the process instead of the perfection, I shifted from self-doubt to action. I realized that mindfulness and body awareness extend into all forms of advanced movement and physical training. My journey as a yoga teacher, in fact, is driven by the passion to bridge industry gaps. I aim to empower yoga teachers with enhanced physical strength, mental resilience, public speaking confidence, and business growing strategy. This is my mission. This is what I want to put into the world. I practice daily, ensuring the authenticity and effectiveness of the resources I share on social media, simply by showing up, simply by showing the process, the progress, whatever it is, in my free and in my paid program. By practicing daily, that's when I become an expert. And I always waited to be able to teach what I do and to do what I teach. With that philosophy in mind, I have created the Strength Challenge for Yoga Teacher, which is the evolution of what we have been doing until now. It's purposeful, it's meaningful and fun adventure where the beauty lies in the journey, not in the end result. It's all about falling in love with the process, with oneself, with the progress, and with the everyday practice. There are no quick fix, there are no quick journey. It's just in the journey, that's when we become a better version of ourselves, one breath at a time. one step at a time, one skill at a time, and one practice at a time. If you're interested on the 60-day yoga strength, I'm so tired. 60-day yoga strength, I did say it nicely. Click on the link below on the description of my YouTube video. Guys, it's been a pleasure journeying with you, and more to come. I'm going to show up every Wednesday. Every second week we're going to do kind of what we did today, and every second week we're doing a yoga class together, because it's been a long time that I haven't teach yoga on YouTube, so I'm excited to go back teaching yoga on YouTube. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Being grateful doesn't have any words. It's just something that comes from my heart, and I hope you feel that. See you next Wednesday. I forgot. Ciao for now.